I don't suffer, no be small. But say I get sense. Poverty no good at all. Now it make I join this business. For one night, no be it's once again. Everybody be there. If anybody follow Mugu, my brother, I go chop back. National Airport, National Stadium, President, my sister, brother, we be Mugu, I be the master. Oh, man, I go chop your dollar, I go take your money, disappear. For one time, little bit. Refinery, let me get her. The contract, now you white. But you won't pay me some more money, make I bring her. You be the Mugu, I be the master. I don't see them fire. That's why when they run enter my miracle, I go show them fire. National Airport, National Stadium, President, now my sister, brother, you be the Mugu, I be the master. Refinery, the contract, now you white. But you won't pay me some more money than I bring up. I be the master. Now me be the master. You know, when I came here earlier for sound check, I didn't check the sound because I didn't have any interest in checking any sound. I know the sound will come.
And there it is right there. So there it is right there. Apologies for that little, whatever, whatever that little thing is. Apologies for that. Good day to you and all that. Good day to you. Afternoon session. One man went to mow. The protocol. Click on like, click on subscribe, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard if you want to come and join me on the screen. Share the links just as widely as you can. Super chat towards the stream. So I say the same things every single session, no different now. So this is what is not the tradition, a single topic session wrapped around a reaction to so a single topic session wrapped around a reaction to a clip or a media outing by a big political personality. So the big political personality that we'll be reacting to in this session is Nyensom Wike, who, as you all know, came out in the media space just a couple of days ago. So was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? So that's what we'll be reacting to. We'll be reacting to Nyensom Wike's outing in the media space, what he had to say, what we're making of what he has to say, and all that. So your part, click on like, click on subscribe, share the links as widely as you can. If you want to come and join me, click on StreamYard, super chat to us to stream. So that's your contribution, and this is mine. So we kick it off from here. We start from the very beginning. We might well skip through a little bit because it's almost an hour-long interaction that I had with the media, and I don't think we quite have the time slot to do that. So we might well be skimming through, but we pick it up from the beginning.
Thank you. Minister, this past weeks have recorded mass defections from members of the opposition parties, particularly your party, the PDP, to the APC.
And there it is right there. The system already been attacked by the obedience. This is what we get. My system works perfectly until I come on to do something that would rankle.
And notably among
my system works perfectly until I come on to rankle, to do something that will rankle the Southeasterners. And then suddenly you start to get all these glitches. But nevertheless, we endure.
Sure. All right. Thank you. Minister, this past weeks have recorded vision parties, particularly your party, the PDP, to the APC. And notably among this is the governor of Delta State and his predecessor. Where does this leave your party, and what are the implications for the South region?
Well, you see, I have always said, whether in organization, whether in business, right? If you don't show the right leadership, you suffer for it. This is what I've been saying. I know that there will be an implosion. I know. It's a matter of time. When people talk about the governor of Delta State and his predecessor and all their team moved out of PDP to APC. What wrong?
All right. I'm going to refresh it. I'm going to refresh it and give it one more go. The system was working perfectly, as I said, just before we went live, and then suddenly it's coming up with these glitches. But we'll see. Let me just refresh it one more time.
With the price of gold at an all-time high and up 30% over the past year, there's not been a better time for quick cash.
You know, we get this so often. We get this so often that I am getting to the point that I am not the obedience, because the system.
If you took out car finance anytime,
the system works perfectly just before I go on, but as soon as I start to stream something that is not palatable to their own particular taste buds, then the system starts to glitch. So I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but certainly you can see the shadowy hands of the obedience in this going on.
from 2007, there's a huge chance you were missold. And guess what?
shots.
All right, sir. Thank you. Minister, these past weeks have recorded mass defections from members of the opposition parties, particularly your party, the PDP, to the APC. And notably among this is the governor of Delta State and his predecessor. Where does this leave your party, and what are the implications for the South region?
Well, see, I have always said, leadership is key. Leadership in anywhere, whether in organization, whether in business, if you don't show the right leadership, you suffer for it. And this is what I've been saying. I know that there will be manipulation. I know. It's a matter of time. When people talk about the governor of Delta State and his predecessor and all their team moved out of PDP to APC, what wrong did he do? That he said he was going to support the president. That's the crime. But the chairman of board of trustees, the conscience of the party, adopted Arastoti for second term. Why are people not commenting about that?
The risk calculations are already done, and the entry and exit points clearly marked. Think about what that would mean.
The chairman of BOT, of the People's Democratic Party, adopted Arastoti, the governor under Labour Party, to go for second term. Now, this man said, look, I'm not going to do that kind of pretense. I will not be here and say I will support it. It's better I move and go and support him. Smart politician. I'm surprised that PDP said they didn't see it coming. I won't call the names of the governors. I called them. I said, listen, the way things are going, I have warned you people, you said they are governor. I have no problem. See what will happen. Leadership is key. Leadership is key in anything you are doing. If you don't have the right leadership, this is what you suffer. For Christ's sake, no opposition party, what is sought, acts on impunity. It's only ruling party. Normally, because they are in power, they act on impunity. Opposition does not do that because opposition is going to organize itself to say it can take over the rest of affairs of government. How many times have they made effort How many people have you wooed? Rather, every day, you after one man. Every day, you after Wike. Every day, Wike. You abandon what you're supposed to do. Call everybody. This election, we have lost it. How did you lose this election? You are the cause. If we have done like we wouldn't have lost it. If we have done like we would have won. You tell yourself the bitter truth. Then you go back to the drawing board. The only crime that Wike is a minister under APC government. And I asked them. I never said I was going to support the presidential candidate. Nigerians had me clear and loud. And I'm the only former governor, not the president, but make sure preview 100% in the governorship, in the National Assembly, and State Assembly. Let any sitting governor now or former governor come out to say that happened in his own state. In 2015, some governors came out and said they did anti-party against Jonathan. That they worked against PDP, not to become president. What happened? The party didn't do anything. Why? They saw those people as people who cannot be touched.
The way they see you now.
That's not I came out openly and said injustice must not be allowed. I came out.
Yesterday you were still in their meeting. And today
Did I leave? No. I didn't leave the party now. I don't play like that. They invited me to a meeting, and they invited me. I didn't force myself. They invited me.
But were some of these issues thoroughly discussed at that meeting?
Well, you see, first of all, I believe in sincerity. If you must achieve results, the sincere, some people think that telling half truth or being too smart will help you. Rather, it destroys you. If PDP does not take care, and I say it again, watch out what will happen. You know, selfish interest can kill an organization. You have not won an election. You're excluding people. You have not won an election. You're excluding people. No, we don't want this man. You know the man has capacity to fight back. Yes. Now, what is happening? Let's tell ourselves the simple truth now. Why there will be an impression? Let's tell ourselves the simple truth. In 2023, we told the party, look, it is in our constitution, it's in our tradition. When these people take chairman, people go for a presidential candidate. Because of selfish interest, they manipulated the system. They said, no, we shouldn't do zoning now. Hold on, we'll do zoning. Before we know, some people are going to buy form. We laughed. It's okay. You don't want to do zoning. Now, a zone took chairman of the party. A zone took the presidential candidate. It's okay. For peace to reign. So we can have a voice.
This might sound absolutely mad, but if you financed a car any time since 2007, you could be owed thousands.
They go front and back. They go front and back. Who said this front and back, it will cost you something. Of course, arrogance came in. Forget. We have won the election. Forget we have won the election. Who are they? See where we are. I have no problem. And I've told him that. Where is the presidency? Where is Zoe, your presidential candidate now?
2027?
Yes. Where will he go? Where will he go?
Well, you answered.
So smart ones who have interest. No, it's not time, as you see. How many times can you play this game and you think you are smart? You are going for national convention. You are going for national convention. You want the South to come and produce the chairman so that we will have the president. I said, why not? Look, Nigeria today says the South is occupying the presidency. Why not as a party? Come out openly now. Our presidential candidate will also come from the South. Now, you don't want to do that.
All right. I wanted it to run all the way through, but I had to stop it there. What Wike, I was saying it in yesterday's session as well. What Wike is actually saying there, it is very central to how our PDP politics. The South has the presidency at the moment, and the South intends to hold on to that presidency for 8 years. So either Tinubu comes back to complete his 8 years, or is replaced by another Southerner to complete that 8 years. However it pans out, the South is insistent on completing that 8 years. So if the PDP presents a Northern candidate, then it throws the whole arrangement out of skew. So what they're saying then is they have no regard for the South, and their insistence then, it's the same arrogance that it showed in 2023, by the way, and we saw how that all panned out, and he's warning them now. So he's saying, tell us now and make it public now where you'll be zoning the presidential tickets to, and let the Nigerian population know that you're zoning it to the South. But they say, it's not yet time. So they are trying to play this sort of tequila that they play in the North, which they played in 2023, failed spectacularly, but they're repeating it as well. And we can say to them, look, how many times will you play these games before you realize that it doesn't work? The people you are playing games with, they are 10 times smarter than you. So if you're going to force it through in the manner that you did in 2023, and then you are likely to get the same results then that you got in 2023. So that's where Wike is in his dialogue with his party.
You want to play the same game. You play the 2023. It will backfire. And when it backfires, it's all these people did this. People did that. It will backfire. And this smartness don't help you. Come out now and let everybody know this is where we're heading to. But playing this game, that, we'll do this, it will not work. Not tomorrow night, say, oh, Wike is telling you that, look, stop this smartness.
So you don't see your party coming out victorious in 2027 election with the situation on ground now?
When you stand president to where? You know, can't stand president to the north. No.
Your Excellency,
yes, I told them. If someone, see, the point is selfishness can kill a system. Take, for example, if the president runs, for example, and wins, for example.
I want you to listen very closely to what Wike says next, because what he says next is central to everything that is going on, and is central to the destiny of both PDP in 2027 and really for the future. So what Wike is about to explain now is that if they zone the ticket to the north in 2027, when we then get to 2031, Where will they, when the power then should transit to the north, where will PDP zone the tickets to? So if they zone the tickets to the north in 2031 as well, then that will be about 3 or 4 sequences of elections that the presidential flag bearer of the PDP has been a northerner. And then Wike is then inviting the thought that what is the interest of the South then in the PDP if they are excluded from running as a presidential candidate? And that is where the whole narrative is. So it's telling them now to pause and use the window of 2027 to zone back to the South, which everybody knows that 2027, there's not going to be a change in power. So they will use that window of 2027 to fulfill the righteousness of the political sequencing. And then in 2031, there'll be a stronger argument then to zone the tickets to the north. But if you zone the tickets to the north now in 2027, then there's no basis then to zone it still to the north in 2031. But then 2031 is the turn of the north. And that is where Wike wants his party to look to. They have to look beyond the ambitions of Atiku Abubakar, is what he's saying to them. But do they have it within them to listen?
By 2031, Wike is telling you that, look, stop this smartness.
So you don't see your party coming out victorious in 2027 election with the situation on ground now?
When you stand president to where? You can't stand president to the north. No.
For Your Excellency,
Yes, I told them. See, the point is selfishness can kill a system. Take, for example, if Mr. President runs, for example, and wins, for example, for 2027, by 2031, APC will send their presidential ticket to where? To the north. PDP will do what then? Then you come back again and say, no, since APC have brought to the north, let's keep it in the north. I mean, what kind of smartness is that?
For Your Excellency,
what kind of smartness is that?
With the current uncertainty within the People's Democratic Party and following yesterday's meeting, were there any resolutions made ahead of 2027, perhaps to get the party back on track?
It will not be good for me to let the cat out of the bag. So many discussions were ahead, private and public. We are waiting to see what was agreed will be implemented. We are waiting. If it's not implemented, I will not agree. If it's not implemented, I will not agree.
But in your opinion, are these resolutions viable? Even though you are
it's
not
your
want to
business.
let
You are not a member of our party. Well, you won't tell us what is viable or what is not.
Are you actually still in the PDP? Because let me just give this analogy.
Yeah.
Your case is like like a driver.
Apologies for the glitches in the system, by the way. That's what we're working with, so we just have to work with it. It wasn't like this just before I came on. I'm not sure if it's a stream. I paid a lot of money for this StreamYard actually, so I'm not quite sure what.
Selfish interest.
And there it is again. So I pay a lot of money for this StreamYard. I'm not quite sure why it glitches.
You are not interpreting the Supreme Court judgment that they said the party has supremacy to remove. The court said this man should not be. The man wants to appeal. The Supreme Court in this would set aside that judgment. Instead of you to implement the judgment, you are not detailing.
You never get any loans. You don't need to buy, fix up, and renovate homes like you said.
Now, so this is why I keep on telling people. This will have how many months to stay. They are living in December. Why not remove yourself from this quagmire of who will now, in tomorrow, why are some people living? Their fear is, look, I don't know who will sign our document. The Constitution says a correspondence to INEC must be the national chairman and national secretary. Now you're having a quagmire of who will be or who is the national secretary. Okay, take for example now, area council election, which will be conducted by INEC, right? Who is going to assign the list to INEC? Now, if INEC is not the one that will sign it, another person signs, people go to court and say no. If not comply with the law. INEC said no. This is not the national secretary. By law, by what we have, this is national secretary. If you really want this party to survive, why can't you make sacrifices? No. Let's not put ourselves under this kind of this is what I've been preaching since. Why do you take that kind of risk? Take for example, you want to hold NEC. Who issues notice of NEC? Who? If another person issues that notice, we will challenge it. If it's not somebody, the national secretary, as allowed by law, by issuing notice of that mechanism, I will challenge it. It's not that it must be. That is the secretary. I will not do anything for people, but that's the law. That's Supreme Court judgment. Why we run away from implementing Supreme Court judgment? Why? What do we see? That's why I have always told people, selfish interest. What's my interest? I'm not running an election. What's my interest? Why do you fall into temptation as an opposition party? It's because you think that if Samayahu is there, he may not be able to compromise him to do certain things maybe you want. Or Samayahu is close to Wike, that is an offense. Too well, too good. If that's an offense, I too will not agree, allow anybody who is close to me to be humiliated. Because now it's an offense to be close to Wike. Somebody is punished because he goes to Wike's house. I will not fold my arms and allow somebody punished simply because he comes to Wike's house. It's not going to be possible. Let's allow the right thing to be done. Like I said, certain things we agree. Let us see whether sincerely they will implement it.
If the PDP zones the presidency to the south,
yes,
would you abandon President Tinubu and support the PDP's
candidate? And let's get to the bridge. They will talk about the bridge. Let's get there first. Let's get there first. But do the right thing.
But this Supreme Court judgment that you talk about, is it possible that that judgment is possible to be interpreted two ways?
Well, there's no two ways.
It has to be iron.
No, there's no two ways. What was the issue? Somebody went to court that Iron ought to have resigned. That he went and contested governorship election. Morally, yes. Legally, no. The constitution of the party does not say he should resign. As if the man capitalized on the loophole of the constitution of their party. All you will do subsequently, in not allow this lacuna to be there, is to amend the constitution. That's what is done. Now, the man went to court, and then Iron them appealed to the Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal in a 2-1 decision upheld the judgment of the State High Court. I went to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, look, in the first place, the man who went to court has no local standing. In the first place, he has no local standing to even go to court. What's your business? 2, assuming you even have a local standing, it's entire affairs of the party that they should settle. Do you understand me? And set aside the judgment Court of Appeal.
The first time I shared this with my clients, they lost their minds. I've been teaching webinar presentations for the past few years.
Now, when people even talk about it's a Southeast position, it's not Southeast position. First of all, it's a Southern position. The South, okay, we are going to produce from the Southeast.
I have to disagree with Wike there. The PDP does have a southeastern position because of the actually the PDP has a southwestern position. If you look at the trajectory, oh no, do they have a southeastern position? If you look at the trajectory of PDP politics, they came with Obasanjo, who was a Yoruba man. He had the presidency. That went on to Yar'Adua, who are, of course, from Katsina. So he had the presidency, went on from him to Goodluck Jonathan, who is a Southeasterner who has the presidency. So if the power actually zones to the south in the PDP, it should actually go to the southwest and not the southeast, because the southeast produced the last, within the last 3 cycles, Goodluck Jonathan, and very much an Igbo man, stand position.
And another thing, can you and somebody who was elected in National Convention now bring a replacement without an election? They appoint him. Now, the argument they have made is that it has happened before. I say, fine. That's when you are unity. Nobody will want to raise it. Now there appears to be a fraction. There appears to be a problem. And that's why people are challenging it. That's why I have always said, the mere fact that nobody challenged something yesterday, because we appear to be living in unity. We appear to be working as one. But when there's a problem, you're no longer that one, then you don't think that people will not challenge. And that's why you not see.
Your Excellency, they say politics is local. We may want to go a little bit local now. Your state is still experiencing the state of emergency, but being a PDP leader in your state, what are you doing, after this whole process elapses to make sure that your party runs on an even keel? That is on one hand. Then the politician in your state, Atiku Peter's side, was heard on television a couple of days ago saying that the appointments by the sole administrator, the local government administrators, were riffraffs, and the National Assembly was engaging in rascality. Do you agree with his assertion? And then, of course, on the other hand, talking about PDP in your state.
We don't have problem in PDP in my state. Government is not a party. But the government could work with the party. So there's no problem in PDP in my state. Let's talk about Atiku Peter's comments. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And you see, when I look at people, when I was told about this, I didn't believe it until somebody forwarded the video to me. And I watched Atiku Peter saying that appointees are riffraff. That is too extreme. PhD holders are riffraff. Why? They're riffraff because they couldn't establish a bank. If they were established a bank, they wouldn't have been a riffraff. In the first place, I heard you say it's from river, but a Lagosian. Look at the statement. How many people from Lagos will say they are Lagosian, but they are Port Harcourt people? A Lagosian say he was not consulted. A Lagosian saying that he was not consulted. Somebody who does not know what's happening in his state. What is Atiku Plaza contribution to River State? Apart that he established his business, good for him. It's a personal thing. And these are people who cause problem for the governor. When we were making this young man governor, ask what was Atiku Plaza's view. He's from a proper local government. Ask Atiku Plaza, where is his house in the River State? Where does he live? The last time Atiku Plaza came was when his father died. I did the road to Opopo. How can a man sit down and give a blanket insult? I feel like difference. And I feel that of rascality work. Look, wherever you are, whatever position you occupy, your impact on your people is key. When my brother Herbert Hoover was alive, may so rest in perfect peace, I called him. I said, look, Herbert, you are living in Lagos. Every day you fly down here. Yes, Access Bank, Nyensom business, that's a fine. You, what have you done for River State? At your level, at the level where you are, what can you say today you've contributed to the development of the state? He looked at me. I said, yes.
90% of traders fail. And it's not because they're unlucky, and it's not because they're stupid. It's because of three main big mistakes that they make. Let's talk about those now. The first mistake is what we call the strategy trap. And the strategy trap is where the trader thinks, if I just find the right strategy, the winning strategy, I'll be good to go. I'll be winning. And the truth is, you can give the best strategy to a poor trader and they'll lose money. In fact, you can give the same strategy to two traders and one will make money and one will lose money. So it's not about that. The second one, the second biggest mistake is emotional.
Tell me. He said he will come back in 2 weeks' time. He came back. He said, look, that's he has thought what I asked. And it dawned on him truly. What have you contributed for a state? Establishing of branches is their business. They are making profit. It's not the state. He told me he was going to set up a world-class university. I said, fine. Where? He said, look, the problem he has, he wanted to put it in his community, but there are no roads. I said, no. I will do all the roads. You must put that university. I did all the roads in Isopo, the Tara road, everywhere. And I was happy. He brought that university. It's unfortunate that it's late. I don't know whether the university will still be there or not. I laid the foundation. So it pending when he that. Now, he has made a contribution to the growth of the state. At the side of all the wealth, what is his contribution? Okay, let's go to Opopo, where he comes from. What has he done? That he will come national television and say people are riffraffs. Who does that? Who does that? That they did not consult you, a negotiation, according to you. A negotiation. And when people believe that they are the only ones who have solutions to problems. No other person has any solution to problems other than them. Now let me tell you, when during the 2023 presidential election, Attorney Pinasai came to my house, not government house, my house, to see me. I know what problem. He said, he told Peter, if we can win the primary, look, it will be hard to support you. We'll support the weekend. That's what he said. I wasn't there when he told me. So I said, what do you want me to do now? That we should support Peter. I said, so how will he win the election? Yeah, another difference. So I have no point about that. The same man, without disclosing to the public that this is the preferred candidate, he used ANAP foundation, his own foundation, to start doing opinion pool, skew the opinion pool to be favorable to Obi. Is that a corruption?
Are you a full stack marketer spending all day switching between
the man who you are for this man, you now became the head of opinion pool. You come out on television, skew the opinion pool, favorable to P2B, when you have an interest. Exclusive to the public. Look, Obi is my candidate too. That's deceitful. And this is the same man calling people riffraff because I didn't own a bank, because I was unable to establish a bank. And that's how I become a riffraff. 23 appointees of the administrator. He said they are riffraffs. I take serious exception to that. Anyway, I told them that you let them know you can't do that to people. If God has blessed you, I'll bless you. All of us must not receive the same blessing from God. Every of us must not have the same opportunity. Look at those who are appointed, even though I don't know some of them are PhD holders who have spent time to read in university to come up with that level. You refer that they are riffraff. You say, now the assembly is rascality. How? How? Simply because by your own understanding of the Constitution of Nigeria, that the president was wrong. So until they understand the way you understood it, they're rascals.
Let's bring it
so you're
now.
the only one who can interpret the Constitution, who can define the Constitution. Anyway, why not sponsor people to go to court? Or why not allow now that PDP government forum went to court? Let court. I mean, you cannot make a black say National Assembly they are rascals. What What an abuse in life.
Okay, there were reports in the media that the suspended governor of Rivers State came to your house. Can you give us an insight? And yesterday, we saw a very sober governor, and from the readings, from the body language, you will know that this man is calling for peace. So, first of all, can you confirm maybe former governor similarly Fubara visited you privately?
The president had called for peace severally.
Not peace.
I'm calling. I said the president had called for peace severally. And I cannot sit down and one president had called for peace. He said, don't want peace. Yes, he came. He came with 2 governors and 1 other person. Unfortunately, the 2 governors are APC governors, unfortunately. So I will not pursue him. And he said, he wants peace. Fine. I want peace. Right?
Have you forgiven him?
You see, that's the problem you will have. Everybody came. There are steps. You see, I don't understand how a man came. You would think that this thing is just just say to have, I want peace. Then you go, and peace has come. What that means that there's an open door, an open window for you. Take the necessary steps to show really you want peace. Indeed, this is a self-inflicted injury. Does he need it? Does he need it? When this thing started, I called him. Sheyi Makinde was there. Oton was there. Ibasu was there. Umayi was there. And we were scouting. We started that look. This thing is not good for you. God has given you this thing. Why not humbly? And don't allow people to push you. They are telling you to act, you're a governor. We know. Nobody is taking it away. You're a governor. But also mind you, that people labored day and night. And all I have said, don't abandon people who have labored, who have toiled day and night. They say, oh, we case trying to control, demand money, this and that, this and that. I'm sure all of you were of that opinion. That's nothing. They have a television called Arise.
Why doesn't every home in the UK have brand new solar panels? The number one reason
Who just, without even facts, they adopted for it. They push him and push him. Governors can push him. And where are they now? I think these governors are enjoying their own. You see that? You don't need to have been to that kind of problem. This was a young man. I said, look, go this way, go this way. You will not have problems. People came, don't marry him, don't marry him. Assert yourself as governor. You are asserted now. Trouble has come. Trouble has come. People push you. Look, they declare state of emergency. Who wears the shoe knows where it pitches him. Who will suffer? Okay, assuming now you don't settle this problem and the state of emergency is called off, has the problem ended? Has it ended? No. One, assembly will still be fed as they have been. So the council will still be there. They will not pass their budget. You won't get money for the federal allocation.
So when he came for the meeting, did you give him a time for peace?
I cannot. You came with people for the first time.
Yeah, did you agree on follow up?
I will not say follow up now. Why do you talk like that? You came and say it's good. Now, what does it mean? I haven't done that. You take the necessary steps. That's what you
Let's talk about
you talk as if you are not. Is anybody who's under? Hold on. Is there anybody who's under 18 here? Hey, Governor, why would you have to ask me what are the necessary steps?
What are the conditions you gave?
What conditions? What are the conditions?
The roadmap you gave him to follow.
Let me tell you. I told him, I said, look, I don't think you have the capacity to really make this peace because it's not easy. And that's why when I read what I read yesterday, I felt so bad. I said, well, why? If we are making peace, there are people are demonstrating every day. If they are making peace, there are people are busy on television insulting people. How do you feel in that case? No, that's what I'm saying now. That's the point I'm making. At least you have not tried to take a step to say, look, I'm not a party to everything that you are doing. Do you understand me? But that's not enough to say you have really, you must take steps. Have you made assembly people? There are leaders you should meet. I don't know what I'm saying. It's not to say, I want this. Yes, you must show by conduct and by action that indeed, look, when I was chairman of council, some leaders of the party tried to balkanize and tried to impeach me, right? Impeachment is a constitutional provision. So I sat back. I'm a politician. I sat back. I called our team. Look, what do we do? We stood to conquer. All people say, we don't go agree, we don't go agree. They are not there. You have to use your head.
The belief is that it is you that will have to hold his hand and probably hold his feet to the ground and take him around that path.
I've never seen the kind of politician that you are. Is that how you play our politics?
You made him.
You made him how?
You were the one who introduced him.
Other people have taken. Listen now.
So if he's in trouble now, it is you that will have to hold him and navigate all the talks.
Listen to what I said. When you hurt people, it's not a one-day thing.
So you still feel hurt.
It's not me. You see, that's the problem you have. When you say me.
Yeah, you say
hold on.
You symbolize
that is the mistake you make. The day you lose your leadership is the day you think that you can take decision on behalf of people. Don't dare it. Make sure everybody is part of what you are doing. And how is everyone part of what you are doing? You have the Speaker of the House. Have you made an attempt to talk to Speaker? Let it be that there's no inroad. You understand me? Then that propels me, what's going on? Have you seen people? Look, I've done my best. I've told them like this. They have said like this. There's somebody who will now come in. Not just somebody wanted to say we want peace.
You told the governor all of this.
No, I'm asking you. No, the point I'm making is that I had a problem when I was council chairman. That they have organized for councillors to impeach me. I didn't sleep. I called my team. Impeachment is a constitutional provision. It's not a coup.
I'm actually walking down a corridor now on the top floor of a 10,000 square foot commercial.
I didn't wait. I had to move in. I said, listen, the way to understand is not what happened. The way you know, that's how it is. This one is even more dangerous. Listen, let me tell you. That's why you should not listen to people. This one is even more dangerous. When Supreme Court has come out in a judgment to say you have no budget and you're spending public money, is it more dangerous? What facts do you want anybody to present again to any panel? That's why you must go all length to citizen. Yes, I may have heard, but we must move forward. They will ask you, how do we move forward? See what I think to do. So they will not tell you, okay, but we don't think like this. Even this, we think that to trust you, you know, that's how this things happen. Then they must see in reality that they are not being used just to hold time. That it is really indeed that you want to confirm. Yes, he made a public statement yesterday, which I feel for him. Ordinarily, you don't need to be under this kind of situation. If he had listened to people who put themselves down in spite of all odds and said, no, we will use him. And then you cannot come down. Within 100 days in office, what kind of pushing anybody will push you?
Let's talk about the possibility of a return to democratic rule in Rivers State, while the National Assembly has already set up a committee to that effect. The governor was seen yesterday making a statement that went quite viral, where he said that his spirit had left the government house. What do you make of this? And where does that leave
how do I know his spirit is not there?
Killed his morale.
How will I know? Look, we are politicians. You can say something to attract public sympathy. I'm not carried away by all these. It is, in reality, I don't know. I don't know. How will I know that your spirit has left you? I don't know. After there are people who are preaching, they say that spirit. We find out they are not in any spirit. Have you not seen preachers who tell you, I'm led by the spirit? Whose spirit?
But you said you felt for him now. When you
No, I mean, he's human now. See you talking. Even you feel, but that does not mean that in reality, what you said is correct or not.
But will you encourage me that is the way to go?
If I would not go, why do I say no problem? Why would I even allow him to come to my house?
Will you be willing to do more?
Are you open for reconciliation?
What kind of questions are that? You asked me whether I'm open for reconciliation, and I opened my gate.
No, I said, will you be willing to do more? You know, still tell me you have not finished though. You still have to see this person, you still have to see this person.
Even at the cause of the problems we're having.
How?
Let me tell you. You know, I don't know what you want me to answer you. I have told you, you're a governor. You're a governor. Governor is not only awarded contracts. You part of navigating problems. I don't know why you don't understand simple language. I am open for peace. And you are still asking me, am I open for reconciliation?
No.
I mean, I don't. All you want me to do is to drive to his house now.
No. I mean, you can summon him. If you call him, the governor definitely will answer you. And you tell him that, okay, I've seen what you are doing, but you still need to do this.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you now. What has he done now? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I have told you here, look, there are leadership. You have assembly. You have national assembly. You have the party. Look, party chairman. Look, speaker. Look this. Or you, sir, can you summon a meeting for me to see speaker, to see our leader, to see party chairman? For example, you know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of thing people expect you to do. Not now. Let me tell you. As I speak to you, ask: is there any so-called elder in Rivers State who has shown that they want to help him and have come out to say, listen, Mr. Minister, Mr. This, is there no way this thing has gotten to this point? You know why? You know why they can't come?
The atmosphere is poisoned.
No, you know they can't come.
I don't know. Beyond the atmosphere being poisoned, I don't know.
You know, they have. You see, what an elder does not behave like an elder. He loses respect like an elder. Because why? I saw you making statement on television. He didn't talk as an elder. So he can't come to me now.
So that's why I said the atmosphere is poisoned.
No, it's not poison. It's not poison. They poison themselves. You have pastors. Why can't they say, let us go and intervene? Do you understand me? You know why? They refuse to preach as God says that the Spirit directed them. You heard what the governor said yesterday, if you listen. I think they were in the church, somebody was preaching. The man abandoned what they came to do. You understand me? I start talking different things. That's the kind of things you see. I saw some women wearing white in the community center. I beat it. They were casted.
So if you enter your name and a couple of details, there's no need to remember any reg plates. There's no need to upload any agreement.
You are doing like this. I said, how does God answer this kind of prayer? Selfish prayer.
Please take the minister away from speaking against the Holy Spirit.
I'm not. No, I didn't speak. I just want to say. You can. I would just say, oh my God, what kind of fraud is this?
Can you please take it away?
And that is fraud. And that is fraud. You know you are not being sincere.
Honorable,
instead of you to
please.
even say, look, in society to God, can you please make this peace to be possible? You only casting. God don't allow him to do it. This minister will die. Minister will die. Wait for minister to die.
Sorry, Minister, just a minute.
At the end of the day, should the committee that has been set up eventually find a result to this issue?
Do you have the terms of reference? What they set up the committees for? That's why people will always not go and do it.
That's what we're saying for a return to democracy.
What is the terms of reference for the committee? The committee is a committee oversighting the administrator.
Led by
So it should sometimes people they do not set up the committee to go and reconcile. So that's why you people will just you will not even go and get the true gist. You have a committees to oversight the administrator, the activity of the administrator. Mind you, it was the National Assembly that gave the nod for the president to declare state of emergency. And so they said that they will have a committee that will oversight the activities of the administrator. That has nothing to do with National Assembly